this new episode 4, is like, okay, so you got this trooper who, she has military training, but then so does the Mandalorian. All things being equal, but she still beats him, even though you know, guys are naturally stronger. I'm sorry. And then you got this widow who, the only person who can shoot in the whole village. Like none of the guys can shoot. The guys can't shoot for crap. They're just, just horrible shooters. And I think one of them even probably hits himself in the crotch or something. Just really stupid. And then making everyone else look like they're incompetent. But then this widow is just amazing. And I'm just like, give me a freaking break. At least explain why she's amazing. Please explain how this lonely widow who lives in a primitive society can shoot a gun, and none of the other villagers, including the men, can't shoot a gun. So it's like, oh my gosh, just this feminist garbage is just, they're laying it on so thick. It's like, why do you have to ruin everything? Why do feminists and SJWs have to ruin everything? And for those of you who call me sexist because of this, I don't think so. No. Like I said, I had no problem with the female bounty hunter in the previous episode. And one of my favorite characters is the female Mandalorian. That character is pretty cool. I hope they show more of her. Now, I thought it was a little weird that she took on all those stormtroopers. That kind of bothered me a little bit, but I wish it would have shown her struggle a little bit more with them, the way they showed the Mandalorian struggle, because it makes the TV show that much more exciting. But so it has nothing to do with sexism, because obviously I like the female Mandalorian. I think she's really cool. So it's not sexism. It's just that it's the way these social justice warrior, politically correct, leftist pieces of turd go about it. Like, stop shoving your nonsense, your NPC, SJW nonsense. Like, if you're going to have a capable female character, explain why she's capable. Don't just make her capable just because she's a woman. That's stupid. But no, we're not sexist just because we're complaining about this, alright? I know SJWs love to say that. Like, oh, you're just sexist. This show hardly has any female characters. In a show that's been mostly men, it's so refreshing to see these two women who can kick butt. Meh, meh, meh. It's like, shut up. Just shut up already. We're not sexist. We just want something that just isn't preachy. NPCs and SJWs and feminists, they're very preachy people. And they ruin entertainment that way. We have no problem with so-called strong women, but it's got to be believable. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with sexism. I don't even know why I have to say this. I have to say this a million times just because people are dumb. So not because we're sexist, it's because we want something that's believable. Cara Dune, I like a character, but her being a shock trooper is not really that believable because in real life, I think only one female has ever qualified to train to be a Special Forces Navy SEAL or something, and then she had to drop out because she couldn't do it anymore. So this, her being a Special Forces paratrooper or shock trooper is just a little bit unbelievable. But the thing is, people will say, "Oh, you're being sexist." Like, no, it's hard for anybody. I mean, most men who apply to be Navy SEALs or Special Forces or whatever, they don't make it either. Most of them fail. Men as well as women. And then they got that scene where to make money, she fights, she fist fights with this dude. They were like chained together with this laser chain or something. And, they're kind of knocking each other in the head. And the dude is really big. I mean, Cara Dune is no waif, but this dude is really big. But she beats him and then she gets his money. And I'm just like, come on, man, really? Like, this is so stupid. But anyway, this rant's been going on too long. I just wanted to rant a little bit on episode 4. So I don't know if I'm going to keep watching this series. I probably will just because I've seen, even after episode 4, I watched all of the other series and they were fine. So maybe this was just like a one-off, like a hiccup. But we'll see. If they continue to push this feminist garbage on The Mandalorian, I'm just going to stop watching because I'm like, I'm not going to waste my time on this, social engineering brainwashing. I'm sure there are other good series that have good female characters in it. um, that aren't these feminist NPC fantasies. Stupid. Now, am I saying that I don't like the character of Cara Dune? No, I'm not saying that. I do like the character of Cara Dune. Um, I think that character has a lot of potential, and that's precisely my point. I don't want her character to be ruined by, this woke nonsense. Um, I like the character and the actress who plays Cara Dune, Gina Carano. I like her. She seems like a great person. She's a very accomplished person. I mean, she's a freaking mixed martial arts fighter, and she also did some modeling. And just looking at her pictures, you can see why. I mean, this girl is the whole package. She's got the looks, but also she's got the fighting physical prowess. So she's perfect for this role. So I don't want to see her character ruined by, this kind of feminist nonsense. I'm not saying that she can't beat up guys. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, freak. She could beat up guys in real life. You know what I mean? Like, she could beat me up. I mean, like, I don't know how to fight. So if it was between me and Gina Carano, in real life, I mean, she'd kick my ass easily. So I'm not saying that they can't have the character, get into fights and beat up dudes. I'm just saying that just be careful with how you do that. You know what I mean? Like, um, like her character, since she's a shock trooper, has probably has more training than your average grunt stormtrooper. So she could probably take, a couple of stormtroopers at the same time or something. Um, but it's different if, she takes on this like really big male shock trooper. You know what I mean? Then it's a little bit, I don't know about that. Um, so no, I'm not saying that I don't like the character. I like the character of Cara Dune. I think she's a good addition to the story. There's a lot of potential there. I hope they develop a character. I hope they don't make it just some boring, um, they can't make her a Mary Sue because we already know that why she can fight. She's a trained shock trooper, so there's no danger in that. I just want them to do a good job with the character because I like the Cara Dune character. It'd be nice to see her maybe grow a little, maybe fail a little bit along the way and learn things. You know what I mean? Instead of just being 100% just from the get-go. It's nice to see that progression. So that's my whole point. I'm not saying that that Cara Dune shouldn't be allowed to beat up dudes. I'm not saying that Cara Dune should not be allowed to show her fighting prowess. I mean, please show it because that would be super cool. I mean, the actress who plays it she can fight in real life. So, take advantage of that. I'm just saying, I hope the producers and the directors and the screenwriters are just careful with this character because it will be a shame for them to ruin this character like they ruined the character of Rey. That's all I'm saying. And this goes for guy characters as well. I hope to see the Mandalorian, progress a little, maybe become a little bit more skilled. I mean, he's already skilled, but you know, um, it'd be good to see him not win all the time, at least not from the get-go, because that would make the show pretty boring. So you still want the Mandalorian to win, but you want to see him, like work for it. You know what I mean? Not just have it handed to him on a silver platter. Um, but anyway, those are just my thoughts, and hopefully the writers and the directors of the show will, stop this nonsense and just, you know, just just tell a good story without trying to push their stupid feminazi agenda and have just good characters. It doesn't matter whether they're male or female as long as they're good characters. That's fine with me. Like I said, I like that female Mandalorian. I think she's pretty cool. I wish they would have shown her maybe struggle a little bit more the way they showed the Mandalorian struggle. Because things don't really come to the Mandalorian that easy. I mean, he's super capable, but he does have to try. You know what I mean? Like he had to try with that Rhino dude, and he had to try with I forget if it was Bosk or some of the bounty hunters that were trying to steal the Baby Yoda. It didn't come that easy. He really had, he had to, he won, but he had to try. Um, I think it would have been a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting if they had made the female Mandalorians struggle a little bit more with those stormtroopers, but um, we'll see. I think I'm actually curious to know what, her story and like the things she can do. So again, people who critique the new Star Wars, we're not sexist. We don't hate women. I mean, I'm sure there's some that do, but most of us, we have no problem with women. If we did, we wouldn't like Princess Leia. Everyone loves Princess Leia. She was a strong character. She didn't have to show physical strength. We just knew she was, she was strong. She kicked ass, took names. So that's what you got to do. You got to have a good character, not a contrived character with some stupid political agenda. That turns people off. Um, so hopefully the producers and directors and the writers of the show will listen to a lot of the critique that's out there. I'm not the only one who's complaining about this. There's a few people who are complaining about this. So hopefully they'll think twice about doing something stupid like this, and hopefully the show will continue to become popular and just tell a good story, because that's really all we want. So that's about it. Thanks for listening.